This is a Pepper Spray production, bringing you gameplay. My opponent is a level 15 Marshawn 6140. He's going ahead with the Saints. I'm coming out with my Detroit Lions. Before I start, I want to give a quick shout out to a fellow commentator. He put out a video on the Detroit playbook out of the Shotgun Ace, and so I incorporated some of his stuff into my single back Y shotgun, and they both formations really complement each other. In his video, what he was doing was streaking the tight ends, looking for reads down there, and then you got those deep hook routes that usually play deeper than your purple. It is effective, and I use it in this game, and I'll be using it in other games with future uploads. Again, the guy's name is Big Mike, and just want to say thanks for uploading the video. Alright, to get into the game, there I hit Scheffler and little touchdown. I'm just trying to figure out what it is my opponent likes to do. The takeaways are that he likes to do man. On defense, he doesn't play much zone, so you got to think about what routes are going to beat that type of defense, and that's what's going through my head. My opponent, if your scheme is running the ball, stick with it. As you'll see, this guy, he runs the ball and then mixes in the pass on his first drive, and it was working for him. But he bails on this pretty early, and I'm not for sure why. But if he was doing it right, he should have just stuck with his gun, and if this is normally what he does, it could be effective. But so driving the ball down, he's kind of got me out of. He ran a lot of hurry up, and right there, I mean, before I could even get my guys set up, I mean, he was getting me. And here, I'm just bringing the house. I wanted to just bring a ton of pressure on him. 2nd and 11, and I get the sack. All right, it's 3rd and 17. I know he's got to throw it deep, and so I wanted him to throw it quick. So I brought a bunch of heat again. He only had 2 receivers, and I'm cribbing them. Bye. Forget it. And so that's the key when they're playing. They got 15, 20 yards to go to get that first. Bring that pressure, and you don't got to do it all the time, but when you do, just bring that pressure. So here it is. He gives it the Sproles, and he gets a couple yards, and we'll take that. And here we bring some more pressure off the edge. My blitzes are normally coming off the edges, or I do a little bit of A-gaps, very little fag D in my game. It's just my style. I think pressure gets to people. If you sit there and just don't bring pressure and continue to do fag D, yeah, it can mess up some people, but if you don't have heat in your game, you're gonna really struggle with Madden. So here we come out slants again. We know he likes man, and he hit Scheffler there for a first down. And this is a similar concept to Big Mike's, is with the comebacks. You got comebacks on both sides, and there I just made a poor read. That just sucked. And he is cribbing this on me. And bad read, but everybody has them. So here we are, back into our 8th. And man, I had Y wide open. He's taking this one, cribbing it to to the house again. And but like I said, my opponent is really good. He's got really good user skills. So I gotta watch out for that. What I noticed that he likes to do is he starts off on one side and then he just floods to the other side. So he makes you think he's gonna be over there when he's not. And there I hit broils on the wheel route. And oh my gosh, the tackle does not even pick up that guy. So whatever. So coming down, and oh, I get the short on the wheel, another touchdown. We tied this game back up, and so my opponent goes back to the I, and then this is where he gets the holding call, and then a sack, and now it's 3rd and 27, and he gets a little, and he, instead of punting it, he tries to go for it, and so I'm keying in on what he likes to do. I know it's going to be a short route, and damn, that was an easy read. He had one guy running towards the sidelines there. I could have played down and covered him, but I knew that if he caught it, he'd be short of the first, so I just played it deep. And then I hit CJ on the slant for the easy touchdown. And once you pick up on your opponent's tendencies, what they show you in the first couple drives is what you're primarily going to see. Fortunately, I've been using the Detroit playbook this whole year, so I can pick any formation out and just have a nice scheme and really change it up on my opponent. I think that is critical to building schemes as well, is really knowing your playbook. I hit Scheffler there, really on a nice deep route. And then my opponent, he feels, I'm down 2 scores. And he starts to panic, and he just starts turning the ball over. And that's the worst thing you can do. And then he gets into this thought process of not doing what he was doing that worked, which was running the ball and getting chunks of yards. Here I'm trying to... We're just doing the shotgun ace. It's a really nice and effective run because your opponent wants to fag D or do whatever to eat, because you got that flanker screen out of there, and you can really change it up on what your opponent wants to stop. Here we almost get another pick. Oh, so close. So I'm just here, just settling down. I do fag a little bit, and I make a crucial mistake. Why I did not stay with that running back. And he got a huge gain out of it. So here he gets a nice little drag across the middle, and he's working it. And so he's making his reads, and he's getting downfield. I noticed that he's not throwing deep. And here he does, and he tests my users, and I'm going to say it's not going to happen. Should have just stuck with the underneath stuff, but he was in panic mode. So we begin the 3rd quarter. He's got the ball. He's noticing that my cornerbacks are playing off of his receivers, so he's got those little fade routes, that little quick throws that he'll throw out there. And not a big deal. I don't mind. I'm just worrying about the clock. I just want him to keep using it. And here, this is just dumb on his part. He just is trying to get her fairly. Just take your loss if it's a yard. Don't run back. Now it's 4th and 17, and you got a ton of pressure to try. And he tries these deep comebacks, and it didn't work for him. Here, I was getting ready. I was thinking I was going to do a run, and then it turned into a slant, and then I hit him on the drag, broils, and he gets hurt. So I'm like, So here I go to the scheme. The reason this complements Big Mike's scheme is there's that 3rd receiver that's out there plays on the tight end spot, and so when you audible back to it or go into it, I mean, it's just like his scheme. And there you get a nice little catch. And like I said, both these schemes really go hand in hand. And you can really move the ball down the field, and, both running and passing. And if you're like me, I like to try to keep it 50-50. I do not want to get in a game where I'm just constantly throwing. It's just not my liking or scheme that I like to do. Here, he playmakers the run to the, and I run at the, I don't even know how he got through there. That was the dumbest thing. That should have been a touchdown. Here, I send some edge heat, and just trying to get to my guy, and sometimes trying to set up your blitzes takes a little longer, and you end up getting caught. Here, he does a slant, and and he dots me up over the top. I saw what he was doing, and sometimes I'm trying to bait him, and I took too deep of a step. And at this point in the game, he's trying to onside. He's trying to stay in it, and we recover. There, I didn't have anything. Just throw it away. And this little setup here, where you got the tight end streak and the running back streaking out of the backfield, is a nice complement to that wheel route play, because everybody's trying to play deep, and then that sneaky wheel route will come out at you. And then if they're playing man, that little post route, so my opponent, he's got me on 3rd and 16, and he drops me for a sack there. That's fine. And I just know it's a couple possession game, and so I'm going to punt him the ball, because I want him to eat up as much of the clock as possible. The way he hasn't shown me that he can throw it really deep. He just throws these little dink and dunk passes, which is fine. I will still send some heat at him and make my adjustments. So he really liked the single back doubles, and he did a lot of hurry up this game. I know it's cut up, but you can't see it. So when you set up these blitzes, or whatever your blitzes are, you got to be on top of what it is. You got maybe 3 setups you can do before you need to be on your guy, and the guy you want to play with. And here he hits me on, throws it out. These little dink and dunk passes. Like I said, I don't mind it. I'm looking at the clock. He's almost wasted 2 minutes driving it all the way down, so that's fine. And here, he hits him, and I thought he was going to get in, but no, Carey is not letting you get it. Here he comes out in a little ace, and you know it's one of the tight ends. Oh, and he drops it. And here he is. We know it's going to come again. And then I put Cliff Averill in a zone, and oh yeah, not in Cliff's house. And here, again, he playmakers this guy, and the back end of that screen was Stafford's not his cup of tea, but I ran it and almost got the first here at 3rd and 5. And so here, the game is pretty much in hand, and he hasn't used any of his timeouts yet. So I get the first, and here's the home run hitter. Oh, Javid Best. And oh, that guy is fast. I'm really excited for next year. When Reggie Bush comes to Detroit, and because I really felt we didn't have any other punch to be effective in the games, or make teams worried about anybody else besides Calvin Johnson. And I'm really excited about the season start this year. And then my message, congrats, 1 glitch play, the LOL bum. What the hell was that? I have no idea what he's talking about. Like, one glitch. You guys watched it. I played pretty straight up ball. I don't know what he was. Just a crybaby loser. So, you run into him all the time on the internet. And, oh, that's why he lost 18 points. Man, might have even lost a couple levels dropping that many points. Here I was just showing the stats of the game, and what was key for this game was the amount of turnovers. I got that guy to throw 6 interceptions. He was making bad reads and was trying to chuck it anyway. Alright, I'm out.